So it looks like E. Jean Carroll is getting ready to file another defamation lawsuit against Donald Trump, finally, after prevailing in a second civil lawsuit against Donald Trump, where she was awarded about $91 million when you include pre and post judgment interest. She stated before that if Donald Trump continued to defame her, that her lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, would bring another defamation lawsuit and that all options remained on the table. Donald Trump has continued to defame E. Jean Carroll. He posted on Memorial Day a very long message defaming E. Jean Carroll. Also, as Donald Trump's been exiting the courthouse at his criminal trial, he's been defaming E. Jean Carroll, and in his campaign speeches, he's been defaming E. Jean Carroll. It has already been determined by a jury in the first E. Jean Carroll trial that Donald Trump sexually assaulted her. That is now a judicially noticeable and stipulated fact. It's also been determined that Donald Trump had defamed her by making statements that are consistent with the statements that he's now making. So if E. Jean Carroll were to sue Donald Trump again, really the question would just be how much money. Would it be $100 million this time, $200 million, $500 million? What would it take to appropriately assess damages where Donald Trump continues to defame her? Maggie Haberman from the New York Times confirmed from Roberta Kaplan, E. Jean Carroll's lawyer, that they are considering filing another lawsuit. Here's what Maggie Haberman wrote. After Trump, who arrived in New York last night, attacked E. Jean Carroll again on Truth Social today, her lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, says, "We have said several times since the last jury verdict in January that all options were on the table, and that remains true today. All options are on the table." And also my sources are telling me that not only are all options on the table, but that E. Jean Carroll is increasingly looking like she's going to bring another defamation lawsuit fairly soon against Donald Trump. What I'm hearing is that she really just wanted to go on with her life. She didn't want to have to file another lawsuit at all, after the $91 million verdict, which Donald Trump is appealing. She just wanted to move on, but that's clearly not stopping Donald Trump from continuing to make false statements about her. And I think she feels she has no other choice right now to protect herself. She has to sue him again for defamation, which would just be fast-tracked again to go to the jury because of the prior successful verdicts against Donald Trump and the what's called res judicata or collateral estoppel impact that Trump's already been determined to have defamed her and sexually assaulted her. Here's what Donald Trump posted earlier in the day on Memorial Day. Trump says, "Happy Memorial Day to all, including the human scum that's working so hard to destroy our once great country, and to the radical left, Trump-hating federal judge in New York that presided over." This is where he talks about E. Jean Carroll. This is Trump's message on Memorial Day, not to solemnly remember the sacrifices of our troops. No, this is what he says. He says, he calls the judge human scum who presided, referring to Judge Lewis Kaplan, who presided over two separate trials that awarded a woman who I never met before a quick handshake at a celebrity event 25 years ago doesn't count. $91 million for defamation. She didn't know when the so-called event took place. Sometime in the 1990s, never filed a police report, didn't have to produce the dress that she threatened me with. It showed negative and sung my praise. In the first half of her CNN interview with Allison Cooper, he's referring to Anderson Cooper, but he calls Anderson Allison, but changed her tune in the second half. Gee, I wonder why under appeal. He randomly puts that in capital letters. The rape charge was dropped by a jury. And then he goes on to talk about other cases and attack other judges. But there, Donald Trump is defaming E. Jean Carroll. He's already been determined to have sexually assaulted her. And the facts are the facts. That's been determined by a jury. Donald Trump also, as he's been exiting the courtroom at his criminal trial, he defames her as well. Here's an example of that. Watch him and you'll see his lawyer, Todd Blanche, looking on with a blank expression while his crazy client rants and raves. Play this clip.
And this judge is terrible, and Kaplan is terrible. Gave a person, I have no idea who she is, $91 million. This is a corrupt system we're in.
And at Donald Trump's recent speeches, he's been defaming E. Jean Carroll as well. Here, Donald Trump is at a recent speech he gave in Michigan. Play this clip.
And this is the guy that's ruling on me in New York. And then we have another one in New York who gave someone $91 million because they said I defamed her. Because I said her story isn't true, I defamed her. $91 million. $91 million. Oh, so anyway, hopefully the appeal process works, because if it doesn't, you just don't have a country. $91 million because I defamed her. Unbelievable. And I didn't.
Just so you can see what Donald Trump actually testified to in his deposition when he was found liable the first time, and the jury got to see this. I'll just show you some of the deposition portions just so you can see for yourself what Donald Trump said about E. Jean Carroll during his prior deposition. Play this clip.
Berkeley, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's, if you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
When you said in that video that Ms. Leeds would not be your first choice, you were referring to her physical looks, correct?
Just the overall, I look at her, I see her, I hear what she says, whatever. You wouldn't be a choice of mine either, to be honest with you. I hope you're not insulted. I would not, under any circumstances, have any interest in you. I'm honest when I say it. I would not have any interest in. I don't even know who the woman, let's see, I don't know who, it's Marla.
You're saying Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah, that's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
Here. Oh, is that,
The person you just pointed to was E. Jean Carroll.
Who is that?
And here under oath, Donald Trump suggests that E. Jean Carroll enjoyed being SA'd by him. So what a disgusting person. Here, play this clip.
She actually indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm, it's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, I believe that's what took place. We can define that. You'll have to show that.
And here's just another example of Trump suggesting that people are leaving New York because of the E. Jean Carroll trial. Talking about. Here, play this clip.
Happening because you look at Judge Engoron, you look at Judge Kaplan, what they've done, it's disgraceful. Everyone's laughing at the New York system, and companies are leaving, people are leaving, but major companies with tremendous taxpayer dollars and employers of millions of people, literally, people are leaving. They're taking their companies, they're all watching this case. And they're watching.
George Conway has responded to the news that E. Jean Carroll looks increasingly like she's going to file a lawsuit with LFG. Let's go, is what George Conway's saying. Like, let's do this. And I expect this lawsuit to happen, relatively soon. We'll see. But I think E. Jean Carroll is going to sue him again, and rightfully so, after all the horrific and defamatory stuff that he keeps saying to her. I mean, this is restraining order worthy, really sicko stuff. Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million together. Thank you for watching. It's free to subscribe to the channel, so hit subscribe.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.